Have you ever wondered what lurks in the dark depths of Loch Ness? In the heart of the Scottish Highlands, shrouded by mist and mystery, lies the expansive body of water known as Loch Ness. Over 22 miles long and almost a mile wide, these deep waters carry stories, tales of a creature not quite like any other. This is where the legend of the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, was born. The loch itself is a marvel to behold. Carved by glaciers during the last ice age, it's the second largest Scottish loch by surface area. But due to its great depth, it is the largest by volume in the British Isles. Its deepest point is a staggering 740 feet. That's enough to submerge the London Shard, the tallest building in the UK, with room to spare. This vast, murky expanse sets the perfect stage for our tale. The legend of Nessie is not a new one. The earliest sightings of a mysterious creature in Loch Ness can be traced back to the 6th century. According to the life of Saint Columba, an Irish monk named Saint Columba encountered a beast in the River Ness in 565 AD. After the beast had killed a man, Saint Columba reportedly banished it back to the loch with a stern warning. But truth be told, stories from such distant past are more folklore than fact, more myth than monster. The Loch Ness Monster, as we know it today, is a creature born not just of water, but of ink and paper, of sensational headlines and grainy photographs. It's a creature that has captured imaginations worldwide, a symbol of the unexplored mysteries that still lie hidden in our world. So, as we delve deeper into the enigma of Nessie, we must journey back to a more recent time, a time when the world was on the brink of change, when technology was rapidly advancing, and when the eyes of the world turned to the murky waters of Loch Ness with a renewed sense of wonder and fear. But the story of Nessie, as we know it, truly begins in the 1930s. In the early 1930s, something strange started happening around Loch Ness. The tranquil Scottish Highlands were suddenly abuzz with whispers and wide-eyed accounts of a monstrous creature dwelling in the depths of the loch. Sightings of this enigmatic beast, soon to be dubbed the Loch Ness Monster, began to surge. As the decade unfolded, so did the tales. From the corners of local pubs to the headlines of national newspapers, the Loch Ness Monster was the talk of the town. Eyewitnesses painted vivid pictures of a creature with a long neck, a humped back, and an eerie knack for vanishing beneath the dark waters. The most compelling account, however, came from a respected member of society, a surgeon no less. In April of 1934, the Daily Mail published a photograph that would become one of the most iconic images in cryptid lore. Known simply as the surgeon's photograph, it appeared to show the head and neck of a large creature breaking the surface of Loch Ness. The man behind the lens was Robert Kenneth Wilson, a London gynecologist who, despite his scientific background, swore by the authenticity of the image. The impact of the surgeon's photograph was immediate and far-reaching. It wasn't just a picture, it was a tangible piece of evidence that lent credibility to the whispers and the wide-eyed accounts. The public lapped it up, their imaginations stirred, and their curiosity piqued. But it wasn't just the world at large that was captivated. The local community around Loch Ness found itself at the heart of a monster mania. Tourism boomed as thrill-seekers and monster hunters descended upon the loch, hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive creature. The quiet highlands were transformed into a hotspot for mystery and intrigue. While the surgeon's photograph stirred the public's imagination, it would later come under intense scrutiny. But for a moment, in the surge of the 1930s, the world looked towards Loch Ness with wonder, awe, and a dash of fear. The legend of the Loch Ness Monster had taken a firm hold, and it showed no signs of letting go. The surgeon's photograph, once regarded as the most convincing evidence of Nessie's existence, would eventually be revealed as a clever hoax. This photograph, captured by a respected British surgeon, Robert Kenneth Wilson, in the year 1934, was hailed as the most concrete proof of the elusive creature's existence. It depicted a creature with a long neck and a small head, just as the Loch Ness Monster had been described in countless tales and sightings. But as the years rolled on, skepticism began to rise. It was in the 90s that the truth finally surfaced. A man named Christian Sperling, on his deathbed, confessed to his involvement in creating the famous photograph. The monster, it turned out, was nothing more than a toy submarine purchased from Woolworths, fitted with a sculpted head and neck. The photograph, shot in a perfect angle and lighting to appear authentic, was nothing more than a well-orchestrated hoax. This revelation, of course, sent shockwaves through the world. The most compelling piece of evidence supporting Nessie's existence had been debunked, leaving many to question the validity of other sightings. But did this mean that the Loch Ness Monster was merely a figment of collective imagination? Not quite. The Loch Ness, with its dark and murky waters, was still a place of mystery, and scientists were not ready to give up. In the years following the debunking of the surgeon's photograph, several expeditions were launched to explore the depths of the loch. Using submarines and sophisticated sonar equipment, researchers scanned the waters, hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive creature. But despite their best efforts, Nessie remained hidden, adding to the enigma of the Loch Ness. Despite the debunked photograph, sightings continued and interest in the creature remained high. The surgeon's photograph may have been a hoax, but the legend of the Loch Ness Monster was far from over. In fact, it seemed to have only fueled the curiosity and fascination with the unknown, keeping the legend of Nessie alive and well. In the 21st century, sightings of Nessie have become less frequent, yet the mystery remains. As we delve into the modern era, the elusive creature of Loch Ness continues to baffle and intrigue us. The sightings have dwindled, but the fascination has not. Let's turn our attention to the year 2007. A man named Gordon Holmes captured what he believed to be the Loch Ness Monster on film. The footage, grainy and ambiguous as it may be, sparked renewed interest and speculation. Holmes described the creature as jet black and about 45 feet long, moving swiftly through the water. Yet, as with many previous sightings, critics argued that the film showed nothing more than a floating log or an otter. Fast forward to the year 2018. A group of scientists embarked on a unique investigation. They collected water samples from different depths of Loch Ness, aiming to detect the presence of any large creature by analyzing the DNA within those samples. This comprehensive study, led by Professor Neil Gemmell of the University of Otago in New Zealand, produced some fascinating findings. They found an overwhelming amount of eel DNA. Could Nessie be a giant eel? Professor Gemmell suggested this as a plausible explanation, but he was quick to add that the presence of large eel DNA doesn't discount the possibility of a large unknown creature. Despite these scientific endeavors, concrete evidence of Nessie's existence still eludes us. The DNA study did not confirm the presence of a large, unknown aquatic creature in Loch Ness. The sightings, the photographs, the sonar readings, the films, they all continue to fuel the debate, but offer no definitive answers. The Loch Ness Monster remains an enigma, wrapped in mystery, submerged in the dark waters of the Scottish Highlands. As we continue our quest for knowledge, the world watches, waits, and wonders. So the question remains, what is really lurking in the depths of Loch Ness? Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the enduring allure of the Loch Ness Monster. This cryptid, affectionately known as Nessie, has been a part of our cultural fabric for nearly a century, and its reach extends far beyond the misty shores of Loch Ness. Nessie's tale has seeped into every corner of our society, from books and movies to video games, and even the realm of online memes. The creature has become a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that there are still mysteries in this world waiting to be uncovered. It's this sense of wonder and curiosity that keeps the legend alive, that keeps us looking over the edge of the boat, hoping to catch a glimpse of something extraordinary. And let's not forget the formidable tourism industry that sprung up around this Scottish enigma. Visitors from all over the world flock to Loch Ness, hoping to spot the elusive creature for themselves. The Loch Ness Centre and exhibition offers an in-depth look at the history of the sightings, while boat tours provide an opportunity for tourists to scan the murky depths for any sign of the beast. Even if Nessie herself remains hidden, the economic impact she's had on the region is undeniable. But it's not just about commerce. The ongoing interest in solving the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster is a testament to our human instinct for exploration and discovery. There are still expeditions being launched, new technologies being deployed, all in the hope of finally proving once and for all whether Nessie is real or just a figment of our collective imagination. So as the sun sets over the dark waters of Loch Ness, we're left with a question. Is there a monster lurking beneath the surface, or is Nessie simply a legend born from the depths of our collective imagination?